Hello, this is Victor with my Cycle Club. I will show you how to manage event volunteers using your club's website. This is one of the few features that are available with club subscription but not riding group or free trial subscription. First, you have to enable the feature. Let's log on as administrator. Go to the administration or setup menu item and down to club setup. Click on features tab and make sure volunteering is enabled and click save. If your subscription is for writing group or a free trial, volunteer switch will be off and disabled. So you would have to go to club subscription menu first and turn it on. What we have here is the free trial for club, which is available until the end of the year. Whatever club subscription would be available at the time of viewing of this video, it will enable volunteers. Since we enabled the feature, let's just double check that it's on. Let's go to General, and here is the new menu item, Volunteer. If we click on it, it's going to bring us to volunteering page, where there is nothing yet because nothing is published. So let's create volunteer position for some event. Go to Club and Events, and we have an event that we can edit. So now volunteer assignments and volunteers tabs are enabled. We'll start by creating a new volunteer assignment or shift. Let's give it a meaningful name and location. I guess the Beers and Cheers get together doesn't really need any volunteers, but let's make up a position. It will be Parking Valet. Location will be Big Skill Brewery. Front door. Next, one volunteer is required, that's fine. Shift start date and time defaults to event start date time. This is fine too. Shift and let's say we'll need a valet for an hour. That's good enough. For description, let's put something simple. How about take a bike, give a ticket. Take a ticket, give a bike. Note the reward points field up here. Larger clubs often implement a point reward system, which allows volunteers to earn points and then spend them in some way, for example on club merchandise. We're not quite there yet, so I'll leave reward points at 0. Now I think we're done with the volunteer shift, so I can click Update button to save. As with any other form on this website, you can select and edit a shift, update when done, and cancel if you change your mind. Note this warning here. It says needs volunteers and general tab is not checked. It means we defined some volunteer shifts, but we did not define that the event needs volunteers. Let's correct that and save the event. We're good. Now right away something has changed. We have a red marker here on volunteers tab, which we'll get back to in a second. Let me show you the volunteers page that we looked at a minute ago. So here I posted a volunteer position and someone can log into the website now and offer their volunteer services on this page. We also got the spots column. If you hover over it, it tells you what it is about. We have one total position and that one position is outstanding. We need one person. As an event administrator, you don't really want to rely on people volunteering themselves. You want to reach out. You could do it offline or you could use a feature of this website. Let's go back to event. You can go straight to manage events by clicking on the setup administration and events. Select our event and go to the red volunteers tab. So up here it gives you a summary of how many volunteer positions are not filled yet, and it gives you a way to solicit volunteers. Clicking on this button brings up a separate page where you can compose a volunteer request letter. This letter goes out to all club members unless members specifically set do not contact flag in their profiles. The ladder automatically includes all currently open positions, and it has links like this one, so that club member can click on it and sign up for that position. So let me compose a short note to club members, which is, by the way, optional. How about watch over your fellow rider's bikes? It's good karma. And we're good. Now I can send emails out to all club members and see if they want to volunteer. There's a confirmation, click yes, and off it goes. Here's a confirmation that messages were sent. Now here's one way to check that the emails did indeed go out. If you go back to administration and setup and go to the bottom of the page, there is an email audit button. Click on it and select today's date. You will see the emails that just went out. Let's click on one and see what's in there. And here it is. This is email that went out, and this is what the rider sees. And they have a link that they can click and volunteer for the position. So let me close this out and log on as another rider. Say Herman. Now Herman is going to have the same information on his volunteer tab as club admin or as any other rider of the club. I'm going to click on volunteer and commit to volunteering. Say yes. Now there are no more open volunteer positions here, and Herman sees this position, the valet position that he volunteered for, in his list. He can also withdraw. Let's just say no. Melville still wants to volunteer. As a way to keep track of this, you can go to dashboard, and dashboard, among other things, is going to now include my volunteer posts, which includes all shifts that current user volunteered for. There is a link, so we can double check what it was about. I'm gonna log out and log back on as admin, so you can see what happens behind the scenes. Let's take a look at the email audit here. Pick today's date. And here is the email confirming sign up. Email went to the event organizer from Herman, confirming that he signed up for the volunteer position. Let's take a look at the event itself again. Let's select the event, and the volunteers tab is no longer red. Here is our sign up. We can also make it a printable list like this one. And the last thing, let me show you what happens when a volunteer withdraws from the volunteering position. I'm going to log in as Herman again. And here are the volunteer positions. I'm going to go to volunteer page and withdraw. So now the position is open again. Somebody else can volunteer for it. And the event administrator got an email, which is in the email audit. This is the email. It's titled Volunteer Withdrawal, and it tells the event administrator or administrators who withdrew from what position. So now the event administrator can go back and try to get another volunteer for the same position. So now you know how to manage volunteers using the website. This is Victor with My Cycle Club signing out.